Hey guys, welcome to today's training. We're really excited to share with you guys some of our favorite tips on how to get loyal customers. You're going to hear from quite a few different leaders and what they have done in the past to get their loyal customers. So I'm going to start, and I'm just going to start unmuting some of the different leaders as they share some of their tips. But we probably will just bounce some ideas off each other, because I swear as people give tips, I'm like, oh yeah, this is another way that I've gotten customers. So I'm going to start with a few of mine. Okay, tip number one with loyal customers, make sure you guys have a pen and paper, or you have your phones out so you can be taking some notes, because you're going to get a lot of good tips today. So first one for you guys is probably an obvious one. That's just being a product of the product. It's so much easier to get customers if you have some type of testimony of at least one of our products. It's just kind of like, telling someone to go try, you're like, I think the other day we were talking about Tide, because Tide is actually trying to get into network marketing. And so it would be really difficult for someone to try to convince someone to use, you need this type of laundry soap. And then asking them, well, what's like your personal experience with it? Well, I don't use it myself, it just kind of sounds silly. So make sure that you guys are at least using something on a monthly basis so that you guys can have a testimony of a product. I don't know if I would have had as much success enrolling customers if I wasn't personally using different products on a monthly basis. The next thing is, now when we tell you guys, like right out the gate, the first minute you're a distributor, my first tip is always the same. Go to your friends and your family first. And I think some people are intimidated by that. They're like, well, I don't want to come off as like some salesy person or like a salesperson to the people I care about or love the most. But you guys really want them to be using our products. You want to know what the hair, skin, nails did for your sister, or the relief did for your grandma, or the Confianza did to your mom. You want to know what those products are doing for them, because all that does is it boosts your confidence in the business, in the products. You're going to hear all these different testimonies. I talk about Relief all the time. And you guys, that's a product I've never personally used. But because I have loved ones that use it, I'm sold, because I see how honestly obsessed they are with those different products. And so the fact my grandma was my first customer using Relief, and almost 4 years later, she still orders it every single month, I know it's done something great for her. And so again, getting your friends and your family right out the gate using our products is another tip with getting customers. Go to them if you haven't gone to them yet. And honestly, if you opened any other type of business, if you opened a storefront or a restaurant, those friends and family members would come and support you. And so this is no different. Get them on a product that they would love to use, and then use their testimony. Okay, one of my tips with customers using social media, I have been getting so many customers, you guys, using the Insta stories. So it's like they're like Snapchat. You can use Snapchat too, but this is what I've been doing. I've turned my phone, hopefully, yeah, you guys can see it. Okay. So I'm going to give you guys like a quick scenario of what I've done. And I shared this on the team page, but I wanted to do it on this so that it's recorded so you guys can go back and look at it. But what I personally do is I choose to highlight one product every day. So usually on like Sunday, I map out the week. Okay, so Monday I'm going to talk about wraps. Tuesday I'm going to spotlight the defining gel. Then I'm going to spotlight, like on Wednesday, one of our supplements. I just like to switch it up each day. But what I mean by spotlighting is I will just be posting about that one product that day. And I usually say something like, this is the deal of the day, or this is the product spotlight of the day. I do that with different packs because it creates a sense of urgency with those people. They're thinking, okay, if I want to get this pack, because you guys, we have a ton of packs you might not know about. Like we have our defining gel and wraps. If you buy them in a pack, you actually save $15 instead of just buying them individually. We have like our Fat Fighter and Thermofit pack. We have a bunch of products that are, if you put them together, they get like a $15 to $20 discount. So I do those packs a lot too, because people think, oh, this is like the deal of the day. If I don't order it right now, I'm going to miss out. So you want to create some type of sense of urgency. That's what I do when I'm spotlighting products every day. But here's an example. Okay, we're going to pretend that today I spotlighted the system. Okay, so we're going to pretend. What I would do is I would use a picture down here. I posted greetings today. That's the one I'm going to use today. But what I would do is I would post on Instagram like a really good quality photo of our system. So it could be like the products together, whatever. I'm going to post a good quality photo that catches people's attention. Okay, so they're going to click on it or stop when they see the picture on Instagram. They're going to stop and read it. Well, what I always do is down here in the comments, so we'll say this is the picture of the system, okay? I will say for result pictures, like if you want to see the result pictures, click on my Insta story. So how they do that is they just come up here and they'll click on my face, and there will be like a glowing ring around it. And that means that I have pictures on my Insta story. And so what I do, this is how you guys will upload pictures to that. Okay, so see the little plus sign? You'll click on that. This is what it'll look like. It's just a picture, okay? So under here where it says normal, see that tiny little white arrow? You're gonna slide that up, okay? So, actually let me go back real fast because I'm gonna show you first. In your photo, so here's a result photo of someone using the system for 3 months, okay? So how you would get this picture in your Insta story, you're gonna tap on the picture so it turns black like this. Then you're gonna screenshot, okay? Screenshot it. Because if you just posted this picture by itself, Insta story like spreads it out and then it wouldn't be the full picture. So you wanna you screenshot it so you have a long picture like this. And then, now we're gonna go back. Okay, here it'll show you like the last 24 hours of photos right here, okay? So what you're gonna do is you just click on this and then add it to your story. So you just click add to story. So what I do is I'll post one good quality photo, then I'll post like 3 or 4 result pictures from whatever product I'm talking about. So you guys, I have gotten so many people interested or customers because I do this. First, I'll catch their attention with a good picture, and then I will post it in the Insta story so they can see a whole bunch of result photos without being spammed on Facebook or on Instagram, like seeing all those pictures. I found just doing it in the Insta story has helped me a lot. Now, when it comes to Facebook, I do the same thing. So I'll go to Facebook, I'll post the same picture that I posted on Instagram, but in the comments, I'll say result photos are below in the comments. So then I'll post a few of those down below in the comments. Okay, and if you guys are wondering, like, where do I get all these good pictures, and you want to make sure they are corporate approved photos, because we can get in trouble if we're not posting corporate approved before and after pictures. So where you get those, if you guys go to our Team Huze page, there's a little search bar inside of the page. In the search bar, type Pinterest, because I made a post about it, and so this will pop up. So type in Pinterest, and then you'll see this post I made that says all of the corporate approved photos. Click on that, and it's on a Pinterest account, but that's how you can find it. That's how I find it every time I'm looking for it. So I click on that, and there's like 500 corporate approved photos of result pictures, whether it's hair, skin, nails, wow, facials, wraps. Anything you can imagine, there's result pictures that you guys can use through that. So that's how I get my before and after pictures. And then, okay, let's see. Now, here's another tip. If someone ever likes my picture, I always say that's the green light to message them. Okay, so if someone, like today, within like 30 seconds, someone liked my greens picture, and I talked about like getting on our 90-day challenge or whatever. So what I did was I messaged her right away, and I said, this is like a sample message, what you could send them. I was like, hey girl, are you interested in doing the 90-day greens challenge with me? Super simple. But you guys, if they're liking your pictures, I always say that gives you the green light to message them. So don't sit and wait for them to message you. Take initiative and you message them first. Okay, let's see. The other tip, if you guys work every single day, take advantage of being around groups of people. That's something that I'm a stay-at-home mom, so I'm not around groups of people every single day. But if you are, you guys need to take advantage of that. Go to work one day with a wrap on, have your before picture and then take your after picture, show your coworkers your own result. Bring another good tip would be to bring, if you have any green samples, bring them and share them with people, or start bringing your greens every day in a drink, because people are going to ask like, what's that green drink you drink every day, So this is just an easy way for you guys to get people asking you what it is that you're doing. Another one with our shake, you guys can make those like protein balls, bring them to work and share them with people, let them taste it. There's a lot of little things you guys could be doing where it's going to bring up conversations. People are going to ask you what this wrap business is all about. Okay, the next one is, I swear I'm like out of breath talking because my lungs are so smashed. Okay, the next one is be a good listener. When you're on Facebook and you see someone, comment or posting about how I'm so sick of all these headaches I get, whatever, just pay attention to what people are complaining about, because chances are we have some type of solution for them, whether it be I could suggest them greens, or if it's something financially, you can suggest them the business. But one scenario I wanted to share with you guys, we were in Vegas. This was like last year, and me and my husband got into the elevator, and this lady was talking to her friend about how she can never sleep anymore, and it's been like a year since she's had a good night's rest. And so Thomas is like, have you ever tried New You? The lady's like, what the heck is that? But he's like, I swear that made such a difference for me, and it's an all-natural supplement. He's being super casual about it, just like, oh yeah, it's like made the biggest difference for me when it comes to sleeping. I always have the same issue too, and now I swear I can feel myself unwinding at night, and I just sleep so much better. And she's like, well, how do I get this? And he's like, here, just go to this website. He pulls up my website, and he's like, if you do the 90-day challenge, then you're going to get it for $49 instead of $89. And she was like, oh my gosh, are you serious? So she hops out of the elevator with us and made an order right then and there. And so just pay attention to what's going on around you. That's just another tip. The next one is, when it comes to verbiage, you guys, the two words you never want to use is commitment and auto shipment. For some reason, those two things scare the crap out of people. Even though they know they're going to be ordering for 90 days, if you say you have to commit to 90 days on an auto shipment, it's like they'll read it and they'll never respond. But if you instead said, it's a 90-day program, you're going to get one bottle a month for the next 3 months, you have full control, you can change products, whatever. Then they're like, okay, this sounds like a great idea. And then I want to just share like a sealing the deal tip when it comes to getting customers. So here's just a scenario. I swear, you guys, every time I post about hair, skin, nails, I will sign at least one customer every single time I post. And obviously I can't be posting about it every single day, otherwise I would. But for some reason, maybe it's because it's in my mind that I'm like, I know if I post hair, skin, nails, I'm going to get a customer. It's probably my fault. But one suggestion with this, here's a scenario. Okay, so let's say that I made a post about hair, skin, nails, and it's just one of those simple ones that says, who wants to grow out their hair? I need 4 product models over the next 90 days. Comment or PM, or comment below or PM me for more info. Okay. I will get like 20 people that are like, me, I want to do this. Okay. So then what I do, if someone comments and says me, I'll say, here's an example of what I would say. I would say, hey, Samantha, so for my hair challenge, all you need to do is you're going to order a bottle of our hair, skin, nails over the next 90 days. So it's 3 bottles total. And you also are just going to take some before and after photos for me. By doing the 90-day challenge, you're actually going to get my same wholesale discount, which is 40% off retail. And then I'll just end it with like, would you like to get started? Do it. Be very simple, you guys, in your message. If they said, I'm interested, they're interested. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't think, oh, well, if I tell them they have to pay, it's going to, they know you're not saying I'm giving it to you for free, So by just explaining that, assuming the sell is a huge part of closing the deal, okay? And then my last one I wanted to share with you guys is when it comes to following up, if you guys start using the voice memos, I swear your sealing the deal rate is going to skyrocket, because last month is the first month I started doing this. And I enrolled 13 customers last month, which is a lot more than I had enrolled the previous month. And it was, the only difference is when I followed up with people, I was using a voice message instead. So one example would be, get your voice message out. If you're on Facebook or you're on over text, you just hold a little voice. It's like a microphone down, and then speak into that and then send the message. And I think it's either 30 seconds or a minute long is how long you can do it. It depends. But anyway, a simple message like, so if somebody had been interested, let's say that Samantha girl was interested, but she never ended up ordering that day on the hair, skin, nails. So what I would do is, let's say in a few days, I would send her a voice message and I would say, just like, hey girl, I'm putting in some orders today for the hair, skin, nails. Were you still interested in doing the challenge? I'd love to put your order in for you today. Super simple. Just be excited and I swear if they can hear like any type of passion in your voice or excitement, it makes a huge difference. And it's way more personable than just sending a text message all the time. So the more you guys can do these voice memos, it might scare you at first. It might be something that intimidates you because it's not something you're used to doing. Just start doing that, you guys, because I promise it'll make a huge difference. And then eventually you're going to be a pro at it. And that's probably how you're going to message every single person. Even, you know what, you can even use these voice memos. For example, like the last thing that I talked about with, if someone is like me, I'm interested in the hair, skin, nails. If you sent them a voice memo of exactly what I just said, like, hey, Samantha, so all you got to do is you're going to get this product for 3 months or for the next 90 days, 1 bottle a month. And you're just excited. They're going to want to join you guys as a customer. So those are some of the tips that I have. I'm going to pass the time over to some other leaders. Let's start with, let's see who I can find. Okay. Caitlin, where are you at?
How do I know that every time?
Wait, I think you just went silent again. Oh, okay, there you are.
I said, how do I know that every time you're going to call on me first? And I'm like,
you know what? I think it's because your name is up at the top. Okay, there you are. I'm
gonna grab 2 products really quick so I can give you an example.
Okay.
Okay, so my number 1 tip is that it is so important. I know she already said be a product of the product, but I'm going to show you guys what I do that I get the most, what would you say, likes? Or no, not likes. The most responses from, the kind of posts I get the most responses from. And this is why it's so important to use the products and to run an auto ship, because then you'll see why. Okay, so if I were to post just a picture of hair, skin, nails by itself with just my hand, like we all do, I do it too. I normally don't get hardly any feedback. If I were to post a picture of me going like this, holding the actual bottle where people see my face and they see the product, it makes such a huge difference. Because for one, they know that I use the product. And for 2, I have a testimony of it. So then it's just a little bit more trustworthy, I feel like, especially if you're dealing with strangers on Instagram and Facebook. So one of my main tips would be to make sure you're taking pictures of the products with your face in it, so people see your face with the product. Does that make sense? Instead of just taking a picture of the bottle.
I just started sucking on a mint. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
So I was actually going to say, it's like proven statistic that I think it's like 78% more people will interact with a post if your face is in it. So that is a great tip. Thank you, Caitlin. Were you going to add anything else to that?
Huh?
Were you adding anything else to that one?
No, but I probably will.
Okay. I'll just mute you for now.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Asia. Hey, girl. Hold on, you're muted again. There we go. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay, there we go. Hello, hello. Okay, so can you hear me? Ash?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I wanted to talk about verbiage and go into detail a little bit more. I know you kind of touched on that earlier, but just like with the auto shipment, I like to say replenishment order. That way they know what they're doing. They know that they're going to have the 3 months, but it is just a replenishment order, because what I feel is that when they, like, I love that we tell them that they can change their order, but what I have loved with saying replenishment order, it kind of lets them know, like, you want to be trying the same product because you're obviously interested in what that is going to do for you. So say they do hair, skin, nails. If they're going to do hair, skin, nails for 1 month, and then they're going to switch to something else, and then maybe come back on the 3rd month to hair, skin, nails, the results aren't going to be as dramatic as if they did all 3 months. So I have felt that saying replenishment order, they already know they're going to order that for the duration of their 90-day challenge. But what I've also found is that they're more likely to add on a product instead of switch it out. So that always helps with like volume and getting them to try other things, but still staying with what they initially wanted. So I do that. And then with loyal customer, my favorite verbiage for that is a wholesale customer, because everyone understands wholesale. They understand that wholesale, you're getting like a killer deal. And so when you can say wholesale, they automatically know that they're going to save. So it's not like, not a lot of people know what like a loyal customer is. So wholesale customer, product model, and product tester, I do like. They're better than loyal customer, but I still like wholesale customer better because what I have found sometimes with the product tester or product model, especially if someone has a lot of followers, they think that you're giving this product to them for free, and they just have to do like a review. So they automatically think that they are going to get it for free, which no one gets it for free. So, okay, so those two. And then I know that we've touched on this before, but to not answer any questions that you have not been asked, I think that's super huge. You just want to stick to the point. You want to be short, sweet, simple, direct, to the point. You don't want to have these long messages, because I mean, I've been cold messaged 1,000 times about business or about products for other companies, and every single person like sends you this novel of a message, and I never read any of that because no one has time for that. So just really short, sweet. I also only give them when I qualify my customers, so it makes them feel like, oh, like if I get qualified for this, there's something special about it, or there's something special that they have to offer. Like, oh, I have to be qualified for this. It makes it like, oh, okay, well, I for sure want to do this if I get qualified. So I always give them like the 2 options. As far as their membership fee, I never give anyone an option to do retail, because I think it's really ridiculous. Why would you want to pay full price? So I give them the option. They have option A or option B or option 1 or option 2. With 1, they get to be a wholesale customer and then pay the $50 membership fee, kind of like Costco does. That in return will get them our 40% wholesale price for life. Or they have the option that they waive that if they are going to be consistent for the 3 months, and you just kind of talk about the loyal customer, the 3 months with that. So I think that's all I had for today.
Thank you so much, friend. Okay, let me get this back over here. Okay. Yes. Okay. I loved all of those tips. And you guys, when it comes to don't answer a question that wasn't asked. Okay. Anytime someone asks me, how much does it cost? For instance, I'm like, okay, it's either, let's use an example. Greens. Okay, so I would say it's $55 retail or it's $33 as a wholesale customer. That's it. I don't explain the wholesale customer. I don't explain the loyal customer program because they didn't ask. And so I already know what their next question is going to be. Well, how do you become a wholesale customer? And that's where I'll say you can either, like Asia said, you can either pick a product that you want to order if you want to do the greens today. And then you can say a replenishment order will ship to you in 30 days from today. And then one more in, what month are we in? February, March, April. One more order in April. And that will be like your 90-day challenge. And so that's how I'll explain it to them. But really answer one question at a time. Don't throw up too much information on whatever you had. Yes, if you have a question for her, I'll unmute you again. Let's see. Let's see who's next. Okay, Andrea.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so my tip is, so let's say somebody's going through your Facebook and they see like the wraps post, and so I'm going to just use the wraps as an example. So somebody reaches out to you and they're interested in the wraps, but what I love is I have closed people on the wraps. They come to me for the wraps and I've closed them. I signed them as a loyal customer, but instead, I've started doing what I've kind of learned over the past year is instead of just sign them as a wraps right this second, ask them what their goals are. Because a lot of times people just think we only have the wraps because that's what we're constantly posting about. And so when somebody reaches out, says they're interested in the wraps, stop them and say, okay, I just want to ask your goals. And so that way, maybe their goal is to lose so much weight. And the wraps definitely can help with that, but we have other products that will help them better, if that makes sense. So always ask them their goals. That way you can fit the right products to them. And, maybe they are interested in the wraps, but then we have packages with wraps in them. And so I always say, start out with a package. So start out with the system, for instance. And then, a lot of people are like, well, gosh, I don't know what their budget is. I don't know if they're willing to pay that much. And just start out with the system anyways, because if you start out with just the wraps, it's harder to add products to it. And so when you start out with the system, and maybe they're like, you know what, it's just not in my budget. Say, okay, what is your budget? And then find a package that fits their budget. But always start out higher so then you can work your way down and match them in between. If people say, my budget's only $30, well, then you can if you're starting out with a system and you're letting them know, by combining products, instead of just using one product, let's say you're using 4, you're going to see better results. And you guys got to remember is people are willing to pay money for results. So if they're only paying $59 for wraps and they're not getting the results they want, it's going to be a lot harder to get them to try more products. So if you're keep telling them, getting 4 products, you're going to see better results. You're going to be happy with the results. And so it's going to be worth the money that you're spending. So always start out with the package and then work your way down. Another one too is don't spend people's money for them. I learned this a few years ago. And so let's say the system, maybe you want to spend that money on the system. So it's $147. So maybe you're thinking, I personally want to spend that. Well, maybe will spend their money for them and not tell them about the system, if that makes sense. And then I have this last thing. It's just talking about assuming the sell, and I'm going to read it off of paper, so I'm going to look down. But we learned it from Ambassador Diamond Amber Parker, and she taught this at a training a couple years ago, and I absolutely love it. And so when people come to us, we're the experts on the products, right? So when they come to us and recommend products, don't feel bad recommending, again, a big package. But assuming the sell, we kind of have to, we can't be like, oh, let me know, reach back out to me when you're interested or when you're ready. We got to just assume the sell right then. And sometimes they are not ready in that moment, and that's fine. But assume the sell. If they tell you if they're not ready, get the date, put it on the calendar, and then move from there. But I'm going to read it. So it's just kind of I can't even think. So it's a potential loyal customer. They reach out to you and they say, hey, I saw your post about the hair models. I'm interested. And literally Amber Parker goes straight into it. And she says, hey, I would love to get your order in for you. You are going to love the hair, skin, and nails. What is your email address and the address you want it shipped to? Then most of the time they're going to send the email. They're going to send the address. So you're breaking it up into the conversation. Then you say, okay, perfect. What is your phone number and the name you want on the card? Then they send that. Then you text them because you ask their phone number. Instead of saying, hey, can I text you? You text them immediately. That way you're shifting it from Instagram, from Facebook to a phone number. That way you have their number to respond or follow back up with. Then it says, let's see, where did I go? Okay, so they send the phone number, so you text them and you say, hey, I'm so excited for you. I can't wait to see your results with the hair, skin, and nails. All I need now is your card number and expiration. I can place your order for you, and then I will send you your account information, and then you send that back. And then most of the time they say perfect, and then they start giving you their information. So you're kind of asking for their information little by little. I feel like a lot of times we get so scared on assuming the sale that we just stop the conversation, but we have to initialize and assume that sale. And again, if they're not ready, that's fine. But you just gotta, okay, I can put your order in for you, and then most of the time they're gonna give you the information to put their order in. So that's what I have.
Thank you, Andrea. That was such a good tip. I was trying to write all that stuff down.
I have it too. So
okay, then I'm going to have you send that to me, because that is a great tip, you guys. And, you know, along with that, if at the end of that conversation, if they're like, well, I'm not ready right now to get started, usually there's a reason for that. They'll either say, I can't get started until payday. That's usually like the number one reason. It's like, well, I don't have like the money right this second, and so Thursday I'll have it. Well, then you're going to go right to your calendar. On Thursday, you're going to write follow up with Jamie, whatever her name is. Okay, you're going to follow up with them on that day because you already have all this information. Another good tip that I wanted to share along the lines of, she was talking about what are your goals? You guys, you got to ask that, because last night, for example, I was meeting with someone and their goal was, I want to lose 40 pounds. And she thought she was going to do this with wraps. I'm like, no. Like, wraps are not a way you're going to get weight loss. That's just going to help tighten, tone, and firm your skin. And so then I busted out my the catalog, and I was explaining to her different products that are going to help her with weight loss. And so she's like, oh, wow, I was like thinking the wraps were going to do something completely different. And so you really do want to ask every time someone reaches out to you, or you reach out to someone, what their goal is, because you don't want someone ordering wraps thinking they're going to lose 40 pounds, you know? And then also, I saw some questions that I was going to hurry up and answer. Julie, okay. How do you add more than one photo to your story on Instagram? So all you do is you just do that, exactly what I showed you again. So you hit add to story, then you're going to go, actually, you know what? It's going to look different. So hold on. Let's swipe back over. Okay, so do you see this camera up here in the top corner? You're going to click on the camera, and that's how you're going to add another one. And then you're just going to, again, scroll up, add a picture, okay, and then add to your story. So when you're wanting to add multiple, go to the camera and then just continue adding. So hopefully that, oh, she said she got it. Well, for anyone else that was confused, that's how you're going to do it. Okay, let's see. Brittany, got you unmuted.
Hi.
Hi.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there I am. I'm like, I can't see myself, and so it like weirds me out, but I see myself now. Okay, so let me put my coffee down. My biggest tip is, and it's something I've been doing recently, is not always just posting that you want or that you need product testers, because we want product testers. You know, we're always like saying, say for hair, skin, nails, I only need 4 product testers this month. And then like a couple weeks later, you're like, oh, I only need 3 more product testers. And you want to make it sound urgent. I feel like that's why I post about needing product testers, is because it's something urgent and I need to update my portfolio. So just posting about yourself using the products. I know we've all kind of talked about that, but without saying that you need product testers. Like, all of us use the products. I take the greens every morning, so I just post about, you know, hey, I have my greens. This is what it does for me. I'm not like, hey, here's my greens. This is what it does, and I need you to try it, type of thing. For example, like your friends, they always, if you post about something and you absolutely love it, you're probably going to have at least one friend ask you where you got it from, like your lotion or a pair of jeans or your shoes or whatever. Like, I just got this new Ninja coffee bar and I've posted about it, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, where did you get that Ninja coffee bar from? Like, I need that. If it's that awesome, then I need that. Obviously I don't work for Ninja, but I probably should, with how many people probably went and bought it. So just posting just regularly about the products and that you need them. And then, you know, to make the product testers sound more urgent, then only do that every, you know, once in a while, or not always with the same product. Always switch it up so that it looks like, you know, yes, you need product testers, but it's not always for the same thing. And maybe some people, you know, they'll think that they missed out. And so they're going to be messaging you and being like, hey, can you let me know when your next spots open up? Yeah, that was it.
That is great. Thank you for sharing that, because, okay, I'm getting better at this, guys. I'm getting better. Okay. But that's exactly why, because those types of posts are supposed to create a sense of urgency. And so if you're doing it 3 times a day or even every single day, people are going to be like, okay, well, I'll just wait till tomorrow because she's going to post this again, you know, and I'll just catch the next one. And so you do want to make sure you're switching it up. And people will be interested. If you're just talking about, or it's a picture of you drinking greens and you don't say anything about meeting a customer or anything about being a customer, it's just you with a product, that's going to intrigue people just as much. So just remember to do that. Okay. Let's see. Delise.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
That's like,
Oh, did you mute your? Yep, you muted yourself. Okay. Wait, where'd you go? Unmute.
I'm unmuted, I think.
Okay, you are.
I think you unmuted me and I muted me. Bye.
Okay. Whoops. Okay.
I
There.
got out of the shower, so don't judge. So my tip is like, don't be afraid. And I know Ashley kind of talked about how Thomas did it like in the elevator, but I like blitz a lot, and that's how I get a lot of customers. Like, for instance, there was a time me and Andrea were on a plane to Puerto Rico, and there was a girl like sitting next to me on the plane. I just kind of like met her and talked with her, and like Andrea ruined Grey's Anatomy for her. Just kidding, Andrea, I love you. But she told her that someone died in it, and she started crying. So it was a great start. And anyway, like we just kind of started talking, and like literally like a month later, like I added her on Facebook right there. And then a month later, she found out she was getting married and like got engaged and wanted wraps like right away. And so I think like when you're out and about, like at the grocery store, like I think blitzing is so huge. That's weird. Did you hear that or no? I can't hear.
Yeah, we didn't hear the last part, so just say that again. I just unmuted you.
Oh, okay. So I just think it's like when we're at like the grocery store and like we do talk to, you know, sometimes it's so scary to like talk to the cashier, but like you never know. Like, I mean, if I think about all the times like I look in the mirror, I like go to boot camp, or like how many times are we like, oh, I should rap, or oh, I wish I could do this, or I should try, you know what I mean? Like before it works, like I was a customer for Ashley for like ever. And like, it was easy for me because I think we all like have those like insecure things about us. I don't care if you're like a size 0, and like, there's still girls that are like, oh, this about my hair, you know? So I think you just got to be really careful. Like when we're out, like we don't make the choice for them, because I get customers from blitzing all the time. Like, and it's huge for me because like, if you can't make the choice for the cashier to tell them, like, if you don't blitz them, you never know if they woke up that morning, we're looking in the mirror and we're like, oh, I just had a baby a month ago and I like want to tighten this up. Like, it's so embarrassing, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I think we all have those thoughts. So we got to be really careful that we're not making those choices for them, because blitzing can be a huge thing. Just like Ashley said in the elevator, it doesn't have to be like, they're like, oh, I haven't been able to sleep. And you're like, oh my gosh, you should buy this new you. Here, sign up on my phone. Like, it doesn't have to be like awkward salesy. Like, really, it can be like, oh my gosh, like this helps me so much. Like, I think you'd love it. Like, all you have to do is try it for 90 days. Like, or if someone like talks about growing their hair, like if you're at, I coach cheer, so I'm with like girls all the time and the moms all the time. And they'll be like, how do you get your hair so long? I can't grow it out. I'm like, oh, I just try this, you know, try this vitamin from It Works. It's super cool. Here's the info. Like, you don't have to be like, jump down their throat, pounce on and be like, oh, I'm getting you today, girl. You're signing up right now. Like, this is it. You know, so I think it's just how we talk. So I just think blitzing is really big for your business, because they might not sign up right then, but I can't tell you how many times I've had someone like go sign up on my website that I gave a blitz card to, you know? So I think it's just really important for signing loyal customers that we're using every avenue. We've talked about like social media. We're using social media all the time, but like if you can use 5 different ways to sign people, you're going to be 5 times more successful. So
Yes. I love that tip. Thank you, Delise. Let's see. Okay. Something I was going to add to that too was loyal customers, you guys. So Delise was one of my loyal customers, and I know we're not talking about distributors right now, but loyal customers are our most overlooked potential distributors. And I think I shared this in another video, but really, if you're not offering the distributorship after their 90-day challenge or whatever, those are the best distributors, you guys, because they already have an awesome testimony of the product. Now I read one of these comments and it made me remember something that I wanted to share with you guys. So Opal Jean asked about, if you yourself are wanting to do some type of challenge, or you are just nervous because you haven't reached your personal goal yet, whether that be losing weight or whatever it is, you guys, if you don't feel like you're comfortable sharing your own personal results, this is the perfect time for you guys to invite people to do challenges with you. So, for example, I already have a post typed up, and I keep forgetting to post it. So sometime this week I'm going to make this post, but I am going to start asking people I'm looking for 10 people that want to do the system with me. 10 people who are looking to lose at least 20 pounds in the next 90 days, okay? Because I'm challenging myself to do that. And when you invite people to do a challenge with you, it makes it that much more exciting. People are like, I want to do this with you. I want to lose weight with you. And so I'm going to be posting this because, in the next 90 days, I'm looking to lose all my baby weight. And so obviously I'm not where I want to be. And especially once this baby's out, I'm going to not look my best. I'm going to have all this extra loose skin, and I'm going to definitely need to lose a lot of weight. And so inviting people to do a challenge with you is like the best tip I can give you guys. And it can be for anything. If you want to be growing your hair out, instead of you posting who wants to grow their hair out, instead of posting that, say who wants to do a hair, skin, nail challenge with me. I want to do a 90-day hair, skin, nail challenge. If you're looking to grow out your hair, jump on this challenge with me. I would love to have 7 people on this challenge with me, whatever it be. You can throw a number out there, but by inviting people to do something with you will make a huge difference. Okay. Now, I'm trying to find, okay, Kelsey. Hi, girl. Okay.
Hi. Okay, we're gonna see how this goes because I have a monster right here. She's like climbing on everything. Okay, so sorry. Say hi. Hi. Good girl. Okay. Okay, I think one of the most important things that we forget to do is focus on sorry guys, our goal is to help people. So looking for people, like Ashley said earlier, I'm gonna just okay, this is a beautiful angle, but looking for people who need help with the products. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay. Okay, sorry. She was literally happy until I got on here. So, okay, our goal is to help people. So the things that you should be posting should be showing how the products can help people. So, for example, if you just post like a picture of hair, skin, nails, and just say, I'm looking for people who want to grow their hair out, people might be like, oh, yeah, right. But if you say like your personal testimony of it, say things like, I know that this could make your hair longer and healthier. It could reduce it from falling out. People are going to be like, oh, well, I need that. I need help with that. Or saying things like, how many people actually get 8 servings of fruits and vegetables every day? Because I have something that can help you do that. So really wording your posts so that people realize like, oh, I do need that. Like that could totally help me. So that's one thing. Never, I know we have talked about blitzing a lot. I just wanted to add a little bit to it. Never leave your house without wraps, some samples if you have them, or your blitz cards. And I just wanted to share this along with that. I just have like a wrap bag. So I have like my wraps and blitz cards. I have wow. I have greens on the go. So this is just in my diaper bag at all times. So make it easy to blitz because it is scary. It can be nerve-wracking. Make it as easy on yourself as you can. So if you just have this in your bag at all times and you find an opportunity to blitz, you just grab your blitz card right out of your bag and just hand it to them. Have you heard of this? And if they say no, you say, okay, we need to get one on you right now. So just like make it as easy as possible as you can so that you're not like, oh man, I don't have my blitz cards on me, or I don't even have a green sample and they really want to try the greens. Just make it easy on yourself. Always be ready to wrap somebody. I love the stories where people wrap people in bathrooms. And at conference, a lot of top leaders were saying this, that they would have like one-on-one parties in the bathroom because they just had their wraps with them. So always be ready to wrap and look for opportunities to do that. One thing that I like to do every like once a month or so is I like to mail out like green samples. So I'll just get in my auto shipment some greens on the go, and they're specifically for mailing out, because I'll say the first 30 people to comment are going to get a green sample. Just comment with berry or orange. And then I know that all of those people want to try greens. So I mail them their sample, and then I have 30 people to follow up with because they get to try the product. And then I'm going to be like, hey, you're going to feel amazing after 30 days on these. Let's get you a whole bottle of it. So that's just one thing that makes it easy to get a good list of potentials to follow up with. Sorry, I'm kind of all over the place. My last tip is to do parties. And I know I'm like a party freak, but I promise like parties are huge for getting lots of customers at once, because you have a whole group of people that you're in front of. They all get to hear the same thing. You get to answer their questions, and you can sign a bunch of customers up at one time. It makes your life so much easier instead of messaging with 30 different people over the course of 2 weeks or a month. You get those people in one room and knock it all out at once. I think Ashley did my launch party, and I think we signed, I think it was 7 customers at my party. And then the night before I went diamond, I had Trey's stepmom do a party, and we signed 7 more customers. Like, parties are huge. So if you haven't done a party yet, schedule a party and get people there. And if no one shows up, schedule another one, invite them all again, and say, hey, you didn't come to my party, come to this one. Or ask them when they're free and have them host one for you. Know that people want and need these products. One excuse I get a lot of, sorry, it doesn't help that she has such an ugly cry too, so you're like, one excuse I get a lot of is nobody wants the products. BS. I sign customers every month. People want these products. You just need to find the people who need them and help them with their goals. So those are my tips. Sorry.
Thank you, Kelsey. Oh my gosh. You are so cute. Okay. Okay. Yes, you guys, parties. That is the fastest way you're going to get customers, because you're going to get a couple at one time. And so if you're looking for, we always challenge you guys every month, print off your steps, get at least 4 customers a month. If you just did 1 party a month, you would get those 4 customers from that 1 party. And so many people will refer, you can ask for referrals from the people that come to your parties. I think within the next couple of days, I'm going to do a specific, it'll either be a Zoom or some type of video specifically on parties, getting people to parties, how we throw parties, what do we talk about at parties. It'll just be all about parties, because we all need to be doing that. If you guys really want to go diamond, double diamond, all the way to ambassador, you're going to need to be doing some parties, okay? And some online parties. So we're going to just be talking all about parties, because that is the hands down the fastest way you're going to sign multiple people in one day. Okay, Allie. That's always hard to find everyone.
Am I muted still?
Nope, you're unmuted. Okay, there you go.
I think next time me and Kelsey have to go first, so our little ones don't freak out.
We'll do that next time, yeah.
I'm gonna go fast because I don't think he'll last very long. But mine kind of goes along with some tips that these other guys already said, and it's
you know, you're in this business to help people. I think a lot of times we get wrapped up in, I need customers because I need to promote. And I think when you start having that attitude is when you'll start to see your loyal customers or your distributors' enrollment start to decline. So if you are genuinely looking to help people, that's when you're going to sign more. So this is just something that Ashley taught us to do a while ago. A lot of people do it at parties, but this is something that I think all distributors should be doing on their own time. Get a product catalog. Okay. Get a product catalog and write down a product and someone that you know that would enjoy that product. I like to write down the reason why they want it. So Holly's a girl that I'm friends with on Facebook that's been complaining about morning sickness. So I wrote her down for Green's Chews. You could have seriously names on every single product if you wanted to. If you stop and think about the people in your life and what they could really use, and write their name on the product catalog, every month you have potentials to be writing. And either you can message them about it, or you can make posts that are, you know, directed towards them without necessarily like tagging them in it or anything. You just know that they're watching you, so you make a post that will speak to them. And that's just a quick way that you guys can get some loyal customers with them in mind. Not just, I need loyal customers, I need loyal customers. It's more, what can I do to help you? And I think that will really help your enrollments go up.
Thank you, Allie. And you know what? That is exactly right, because when people feel like you genuinely care about them and that you're concerned about what their needs are and finding a product that will benefit their needs, it's going to make a huge difference. People can tell if you're being needy or you're like, I need a product because I need a bonus. You know, they're like, well, what's in it for me? Kind of, you know. One other last thing I wanted to share with you guys was referrals. Oh, hi. Okay, when it comes to getting referrals, you guys, I shared this tip, I think a few days ago on our team page, but basically, let's say if you guys have ever bought a car, a few days later, you're going to get an email from the car salesman, and it's going to say, hey, if you know anyone that's looking to buy a car, send them to me. I would love any of your referrals that you have. You guys, we should be doing the same thing with our loyal customers. So when we get a loyal customer, the first thing I do, I'll send them a thank you letter, either in the mail or you can send it to them just in an email. You're going to give them their ID number. If you created the password for them, obviously you're going to send them that. You're going to send them your website. And then you're going to ask them if they know anyone that needs X and X and X product in their life, or, you know, if they ordered wraps and you say, if you know anyone else who would love to try this Ultimate Body Applicator, I would love if you send them my way. Whatever it be, you guys, but ask for referrals, because a lot of the time I get customers from other customers referring them to me. So that was the last one I wanted to share with you guys, I'm pretty sure. But yes, I think that was it. So thank you guys for tuning in today. And we will get back with you guys on all about parties, because that is a very big, crucial way you guys are going to sign a lot of loyal customers at once. And so we want to get this ball rolling so you guys can start getting all these customers for your promotions that should be happening within the next 40 days or so. So thank you guys for tuning in this morning, and we'll see you later. Bye.